Hey y'all, long time no see. Or talk. Um, I have had the worst problem with my phone and the charger. As soon as I can, I've got to use my insurance and get a new phone. When it just sits on top of the charger, it doesn't charge as fast. It falls off. If it gets crooked, it loses the connection. And by the way, this is Bailey Cove, Shasta Trinity National Forest. Now, y'all, I am so sorry about the mess with my phone. Last night when I was sleeping at that beautiful, beautiful hotel, I had my car hooked up. My phone on the charger, and I guess I must have. Hold on, let me navigate this. I'm going to go down this way. And I must have knocked the phone off the charger, so it was down to practically nothing. And I have been in areas where I don't have any signal. And I've never had that happen to me before with Verizon. But anyway, I just wanted to show y'all a little bit of this. Shasta Lake is one of the most beautiful, beautiful places I have ever been. It is so gorgeous. When I was still married to my last husband, Sam was little, and not Sam's, but my husband's parents live in Oregon, right on the other side of Weed. And I've always gotten a kick out of that name. Now, y'all, I came through there, but there, not Weed, but the Shasta, and there's no way I could do it justice. And the roads are narrow, the speed limit is pretty fast, and the roads are windy. So really, I didn't feel comfortable. I just didn't feel comfortable trying to make a video with all of those kind of restrictions, if you will. But I tell you what, if you watch just YouTube it, search it on YouTube, there will be talented people. See, somebody's over here in their fifth wheel, and they look like they've been here for a while. And they've got hookups, they have a hose, they have everything. Oh, it's the campground host. So I'm going to go down here to the boat ramp. Let me see if this is it. It's hard to know because the arrows are kind of, I don't know. We'll see. But I am so sorry because without a doubt, this is one of the most beautiful, Bailey Cove boat launching facility. Okay, so now I'm not seeing any water anywhere. It's so gorgeous, y'all. It's unbelievable. Now, is this watch for debris, underwater obstacles? Can the water be so low, but it's not closed? If the water was too low to launch a boat, it would be closed. So maybe we're going to get to see a little bit. Nope, not at all. Look at this, y'all. Nothing. Now, I'm going to see if I can turn around because I definitely don't want to back out. Even the dog park at the rest stop where we just stopped, was so cute. They had a fire hydrant in there, and they had pea gravel, not mulch. And mulch is better, I think. But even in the pea gravel, you can pick it up. Which, I've said this before, you rarely see any little tiny turds that people don't pick up. It's huge stuff. What is the problem? I have a big problem with that. I'm so sad. What's going on? Did I not go to the right place? I'm sure I did, because that's what a boat launch looks like. I've been to many of them. But anyway, I do apologize for not filming that for y'all, but there are probably 100 people out there. I'm sure that Nomadic Fanatic has done a video on Shasta Lake, and it is so worth watching. So this is our camp host right here, and of course they've got all the setups. Isn't this beautiful? Now, I wanted to, when I left Palo Alto, I so wanted to drive around town and show you a little bit of that city. But my phone was, I don't know, it was like at 11. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to get through town on that much charge. So that was a fail too, y'all. I should have, when I dropped my phone in the toilet, I should have gotten a new phone. But it just, oh, there goes a little squirrel. Yes, I know they're close to a rodent, but I don't care. I think they're cute as everything. If I lived out in the country, I'd have a little feed place for them. Now, they're not good. They get your bird feed. You really have to grease up the pole or something to keep them from going up it. But anyway, what was I talking? Oh, so I have a $200 deductible, and at the time, I either couldn't or didn't want to part with it. So my phone will not charge with a cord. The only way I can charge it, and I think I've showed it to you before, is you put it on this rectangular charger and you sit it on top of that charger and it charges it up. Not nearly good enough. So after I take Miss Hazel wherever I'm going to end up taking my baby girl, that will be the next thing on my list that I need to take care of. Y'all, one of my favorite things in Palo Alto was the huge trees, and they were so big that they made a tunnel from growing on both sides of the street, and then they overlapped each other in the streets and made tunnels. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to see if there's anything down here. Now, y'all, I'm not a sightseer, and I'm going to tell you, I've said this before in a video when I talked about being in a van. If you are going to live in your vehicle, my advice would be, if you do not have a pet, don't get one. Unless, of course, you need a support animal. There is so much that I could do while I was traveling if I did not have little Miss Hazel. Now, would I rather have her? Of course I would. This is so gorgeous, y'all. Oh my gosh, I love it. Let me see what we've got here. Shasta Caverns Road. Okay, let's go down there. Oh, there's a road that's closed. Okay, so anyway, there's so much that you can stop and see. I mean, you can get out and go to a movie if you want to, which is something I definitely would do in the afternoons. But unless you're somewhere where the weather is chilly, you cannot leave your baby closed up in a vehicle. Now, I leave Hazel occasionally with the windows down a little bit when the weather is cool enough. But y'all, in Southern California, we don't get that very much. So I'm really limited on what I can do on my travels. There are many things that, okay, what's that? That's the welcome thing. We're not going to go down there because I don't need a welcome. Okay, Shasta Caverns, half a mile. There's a lot of places where you can't take your dog. And, you know, I get that. I understand it. So that's just my advice, y'all. I see places while I'm traveling and I think, ooh, I'd like to go check that out. Even though I am not a touristy person, but I love to stop at antique places. I love to stop in little towns, park and get out and walk around. Not the touristy stuff, but the out of the way little places. But it's harder, y'all. So that's my advice. It's just easier to not travel with a pet. And it is much less expensive. As y'all know, that I have shared some stuff about Hazel's expenses, but not nearly all of it. So, and you know what? I had another sweet lady make a donation to Hazel. And sweetie pie, Hazel told me to lick you. And I had to explain to her in sign language that just was not going to happen. So she says thank you from the bottom of her heart, and it definitely is going to come in handy when we go to this next appointment. I'm afraid she's going to have more than one. Oh, look at this, y'all. I wonder, see, if it's really caverns, they will not let Hazel in. Now, there's nobody behind me, so I'm going to show y'all the sign. Lake Shasta Caverns, National Natural Landmark. Open every day, all year, except Thanksgiving Day and Christmas Day. Wow. See, this is what I'm talking about right here, y'all. Now, would I like to visit the caverns? I think I would, but I would have to ask them, are there bats in there? Because there's usually bats in caverns. They're dark. They're moist. Oh, look at this, y'all. So cute. I just hate that I am not more talented. And I'll lower my camera so that young man is not in the video. And there's another cute little structure. Oh, look at that. Can y'all see the water coming out of there? Let me see if I can get a little bit more of a close-up. Wow. And look at that. Now that looks like a rock climbing thing to me. And look at that little dilapidated, I don't know what you'd call that thing. Boy, when I was a kid, I would have loved to have had something like that. Isn't that so cool? I tell you what, Oregon, and we're not quite in Oregon yet, but Oregon is one of the most beautiful states in America. Now, other states are gorgeous depending on the time of year. And y'all know that I was born in Caribou, Maine. And let me tell you, spring and especially fall, Maine is unbelievably gorgeous. All those trees turn golden and red, and they are amazing. But I tell you what, you couldn't give me that beautiful state. It is way, way too cold. Now there's a sign that says gift shop. I'm going to drive down here, or try to. I wonder if it's that little building right there. No? Let me see. I'm sorry, y'all. This video is getting longer. Oh, I don't think you can't drive down there. You have to walk down there. And no backpacks, strollers. Heat kills. Do not leave your animals in the car. I'm so glad they have that on there. And I wonder if that means, it says don't leave your animals in the car, but it doesn't say you can't have your animals. It's getting late, y'all. It is 4:53. So places like this definitely close up early. But isn't this just gorgeous? Now, my plan is when I go back home, I am going to take the 101 south. And now that is beautiful. It's gorgeous. I tried to do it with Tank, and he was just too big and too heavy, and it didn't work out very well. But anyway, I have this wonderful lightweight little van, and so I am going to do it. Now I have some other news about the little cottage, but that's going to have to be, woo, that sun is right in your eyes. That's going to have to be in another video. I'm sorry, y'all. These videos have been so long. Okay, see ya. Okay, that didn't work.